The war in northern Ethiopia has been a deadly but mostly hidden conflict, with an estimated death toll of around 500,000 people since 2020. The BBC has uncovered evidence in Tigray that violence against civilians has continued, with women being sexually assaulted in their hundreds, even after that peace deal that was agreed between the government and Tigrayan forces last November in South Africa. Now, according to the official Tigray Health Bureau, in November and December of last year, that's after the agreement, 852 cases were reported in centres set up to help survivors. Now, last week, the Eritrean president, Isaias Afwerki, dismissed reports of rape and looting by his soldiers as fantasies and fabrications. The BBC's Catherine Biaruhanga has been hearing rare testimony from some of the victims still inside that northern Tigray region, and a warning that some viewers may find some of the details you're about to hear distressing.
It's important to remember the context in which these crimes are happening. You have a region that has been affected by war for 2 years. There are various armed actors that roam this region, and some parts have been cut off from aid and from journalists. Now, this means that it's very difficult for women there to report their cases and even to get help. We would like to be able to go to Tigray, but the government there still hasn't allowed journalists to get to the region. We've managed to speak to some survivors over the phone, and we've hidden their names, and actors are reading their accounts.
I asked them, what did I do to deserve this? They said, you should be raped and then slaughtered. I was assaulted again. During the attack, they kept saying, you are no better than dogs. We are going to destroy Tigrayan women as if you never existed. They dragged me and kicked me while they disgraced me.
First, they took out a gun and said, if you keep quiet, we won't harm you. But if you try to struggle, we will kill you right here. I begged them. I told them I had 3 kids. There were the 2 of them. I told them they could do what they wanted, and I begged them not to kill me. They told me to undress my pants.
We've reported the BBC and other media houses, as well as the United Nations and human rights organisations, have reported about how rape has been used as an instrument to terrorise and subjugate populations by all sides in this conflict. Now, when this peace agreement was signed back in November between the government and opposition forces, a key part of this agreement was that all sides would condemn any sexual violence. Now, our reporting shows that even though there were rapes happening before the peace agreement, now they are still continuing. And human rights organisations are calling on the organisations that support this peace agreement, for example, the United States, the European Union, to speak out against any of these violations that are affecting civilians on the ground.